If you had to strip everything away, money, looks, status, what are the 7 switches that still make a woman feel drawn to you? Keep listening, because in the next minutes, I am going to hand you a precise framework built on psychology, behavioral science, and field-tested methods from seduction literature that you can deploy today. No fluff, no anecdotes, just the structure, the scripts, and the habits that convert your presence into magnetism. As you move through this, notice how each idea stacks on the next, because the real power is not one single trait, but the way 7 traits interlock and broadcast the signal she instinctively reads as high value, safe, and compelling. If you master even 2 of them by tonight, you will feel the shift in how women look at you, speak to you, and lean into your space. Before we begin, set one intention. You are not here to perform for approval. You are here to embody evidence. Women do not respond to speeches, they respond to signals. This is not about tricks. This is about building a nervous system and a lifestyle that communicates certainty, self-respect, and warmth without asking for permission. I will speak to you directly and give you words to say, behaviors to apply, and checkpoints to assess your progress. Stay with me until the end, because the 7th switch fuses everything, and most men never get that far. Let's align on the foundation. Across mate preference research, you repeatedly see a hierarchy. Character and capability rise to the top, then come emotional steadiness, direction, and social calibration, and only after that do the cosmetic elements play their role. Evolutionary psychology calls this an assessment of your ability and willingness to invest, protect, and co-create. Social psychology frames it as competence plus warmth, the 2-axis model that determines immediate attraction and long-term selection. Seduction methodologies, from classic field models to modern attachment-attuned approaches, translate those same principles into action. I'm going to map all of this into 7 core signals: grounded confidence, standards and boundaries, purpose and direction, emotional steadiness, competence and resourcefulness, nonverbal presence, and warmth with attunement. You will notice that physique, grooming, humor, leadership, and style are embedded inside those signals rather than treated as surface cosmetics, because when you build from the kernel outwards, the surface takes care of itself. The first switch is grounded confidence. Most men confuse confidence with volume, speed, and over-explanation. Grounded confidence is the opposite. It is controlled pace, deliberate pauses, economic language, and the willingness to let silence work for you. Attraction psychology repeatedly shows that rapid speech and overqualification signal lower status, while time control and brevity signal certainty. Your voice becomes the instrument that leads the interaction. Starting now, slow your first sentence by 10%, drop your breath into your diaphragm, and speak at the end of your exhale. Use short, declarative lines. "Good to meet you." "That's interesting. I like that idea." Resist the urge to fill the space. When you do choose to extend a sentence, link it to curiosity instead of qualification. Tell me the part you enjoyed the most. Notice the structure: statement, then a clean question, not a stacked monologue. Practice a single micro-drill. For the next 5 conversations, when you introduce yourself or reply to a question, remove one sentence you would normally add. You will feel a spike of discomfort. That is your old habit of seeking reassurance. Sit in it. Women read that stillness as self-possession. Inside grounded confidence lives one more crucial behavior: ownership of your attention. Attraction follows the spotlight of your awareness. When you look around the room to monitor reactions, you leak status. When you place your attention fully on her words, you become the only person in the room. The easiest way to retrain this is the 2-beat eye contact rule. Hold eye contact through the end of your sentence, pause for a 2 count, then break briefly as you pick a new detail in her face or environment to comment on. This pattern prevents staring while signaling that you are comfortable directing attention. Combine this with a neutral half smile, not a grin. You are not seeking approval. You are signaling calm interest. Master this, and every other switch becomes easier, because confident energy is the carrier wave that transmits everything else. The second switch is standards and boundaries. In seduction literature, this is called frame. In relationship science, it appears as selectivity. In practice, it is simply your willingness to lose an interaction rather than lose your self-respect. Desire flows to the person whose standards organize the space. Standards are not demands placed on others. standards are commitments you hold yourself to and calmly communicate. Boundaries are not threats. They are the edges of what you participate in. Here is how you implement it. First, write 3 non-negotiables for your social life. Punctuality, respect for your time, and honesty in communication are universal options. Then choose 3 active preferences: environments you enjoy, rhythms you keep, and values you won't pretend to share. Now translate those into one-line statements you can actually say. For example, I don't do chaotic nights. If we're meeting, let's lock a time. Or, I'm direct, and I like direct people. Or, I don't drink during the week. Coffee works better for me. When you express standards like this, you are not trying to control anyone. You are advertising your ecosystem. Women find this extremely attractive because it shows you protect your energy, and by extension, you will protect the connection. The tactical piece most men miss is enforcement without drama. Enforcement is quiet. You do not lecture. You change the plan, reschedule, or end the interaction cleanly. If someone flakes without initiative to reconnect, you do not chase, you let it go. If someone becomes rude, you end the conversation with a line that holds your dignity. This doesn't work for me. Take care. The reason this is magnetic is because it signals abundance and self-respect. Research on mate selection shows that perceived mate value rises when you demonstrate the ability to walk away from low-quality offers. You are not posturing. You are simply busy living a real life. To make this practical, start the habit of pre-planning your next 2 days. When you have structure, you naturally stop over-investing in the unpredictable. Women sense that you are not available for chaos, which paradoxically makes you more compelling. The third switch is purpose and direction. Across studies, ambition and goal pursuit consistently rank high in attraction, not because of material outcome, but because of the internal signals purpose activates: drive, resilience, conscientiousness, and time preference. A man who is oriented toward a mission carries a different posture. His decisions are filtered through priorities. His language becomes concise. His schedule has boundaries. His sense of self is not up for negotiation. This is the opposite of the approval-seeking, drift-through-life energy that repels. Purpose is not an abstract line on a vision board. Purpose is the next clear target you have chosen and the daily block of time you protect for it. You do not need to be at the finish line. You need to be on the path. If your purpose is fuzzy, use a zero mysticism exercise. Take 15 minutes and write 3 columns: skills you already have, problems you enjoy solving, and communities you like being around. Cross-reference them until a practical project emerges. Commit to 2 hours a day for 30 days. Track your streak. Speak about it simply when asked. For example, I'm building a portfolio in design, 2 hours before work, every day. Or, I'm training for a half marathon. Mornings are my time. This is not bragging. This is the rhythm of a man with direction. Pair this with a planning ritual. On Sundays, pre-book your training, your focused blocks, and your social time. Women read that calendar as evidence of maturity. The attraction effect here is enormous because purpose plus boundaries removes neediness. You are no longer chasing dopamine from random validation. You are generating momentum from your own mission. This is the root of that quiet magnetism you admire in disciplined men. The fourth switch is emotional steadiness. Psychology is unequivocal. Emotional reactivity kills attraction. Emotional regulation, by contrast, is a cornerstone of trust and desire. Do not confuse steadiness with numbness. Steadiness means you can feel deeply without being yanked by every impulse. It means you can hold tension without dumping it on the other person. It means your highs are grounded and your lows are contained. You become the calm center of the interaction. Here is how to train it. Start with your body. Your nervous system is the dashboard. Daily physical training, strength, conditioning, mobility does not just shape aesthetics, it recalibrates stress response. When your body learns to carry load and recover, your mind internalizes the message: we can handle pressure. Add breath practice for emotional pivots. 4 seconds in through the nose, 6 seconds out, repeated 3 times before you answer difficult questions or step into charged moments. Layer a cognitive tool. Label your internal state with simple language. I feel pressure, I feel excited, I feel defensive, because labeling reduces amygdala activation and gives you choice. Finally, adopt a rule for tense conversations. Respond with 1 clear sentence, then ask 1 clean question, then listen. No monologues, no accusations, This triad projects leadership under stress. There is a second dimension to steadiness: consistency. Flakiness is low-status behavior. If you say you will do something, do it. If you have to change a plan, give advance notice and offer an alternative. The micro-signal this sends is, "My word is reliable." In contrast, mood-driven communication, last-minute changes and disappearance followed by love bombing, emits chaos. Attachments formed under chaos are intense but unstable, and they burn attraction. You are not after fireworks that fizzle. You are after a slow burn that lasts. To implement consistency, use a simple system. Keep a small list of promises you make this week, to yourself and to others. Check it nightly. Consistency is not sexy on a poster, but it is magnetic in real life. The fifth switch is competence and resourcefulness. Across studies, competence is among the most desired traits, not the resume kind. The practical kind. Can you make decisions, solve problems, and improve the environment you are in? Can you cook 2 dishes well? Can you set up a space so it feels good to be in? Can you plan a simple experience that flows without friction? Can you navigate basic logistics, use tools, and handle minor emergencies? Competence says, if we are together, the quality of life goes up. This is not gender politics. It is shared human preference. People gravitate toward the person whose presence reduces friction. Make this tangible with a competence sprint. Choose 3 domains and level them up in 30 days. In Domain 1, select a physical skill. Learn basic kettlebell work, take a beginner boxing class, or master perfect pull-up form. Physical competence changes your posture and signals vitality. In Domain 2, choose a domestic skill. Create a minimalist morning routine with a breakfast you can make in 10 minutes that looks and tastes great. Keep the bathroom immaculate. Set up a 5-item wardrobe that fits and matches. No loud logos, clean lines, neutral tones, good shoes. In Domain 3, pick social planning. Learn one neighborhood well, with a short list of coffee shops, quiet lounges, and dinner spots. Pre-walk the route so you can lead without hesitation. Then, when you invite a woman out, make it simple. Let's do coffee at 9 on Saturday. There's a place I like on the corner with the courtyard. Notice the language: specific, light, and decided. Competence compresses uncertainty, and uncertainty is the real friction that kills attraction before it starts. Also fold into competence the ability to set healthy pace. When you lead, you are responsible for rhythm. Do not rush. Do not drag. In conversation, pace variety is competence. Use short lines to punctuate, longer lines to reveal, and intentional pauses to let meaning land. In planning, pace the evening. One location to arrive, one location to reveal, one location to slow down. In intimacy, pace is even more critical, but that is not our focus here. The principle is identical. Lead with calm, respond to feedback, escalate at the speed of mutual enthusiasm. Competence has nothing to prove and everything to offer. The sixth switch is nonverbal presence, posture, stillness, eye contact, and voice tone. Attraction begins before words, and it often ends because of the wrong nonverbal cues. You can be smart, kind, and interesting, but if your body argues with your words, she believes your body. Start with posture. Lengthen the back of your neck, tuck your pelvis slightly to stack your spine, and let your shoulders fall back and down. You are not puffing your chest, you are removing collapse. Practice wall alignment for 2 minutes daily. Heels, glutes, upper back, and head touch the wall. Breathe there. This resets your baseline. Then train stillness. Fidgeting is a tax on your perceived value. Choose one hand anchor, right thumb and index finger lightly together, or rest your non-dominant hand on your thigh when seated. Move deliberately when you choose to move. Eye contact should be warm, not invasive. Use the triangle: left eye, right eye, mouth, back to eyes. Hold for a sentence, then release. This signals attention without intimidation. Add a small head tilt when you ask a question. It reads as curiosity. Now, the voice. Record yourself speaking for 60 seconds about your plans for the weekend. Play it back. You will likely notice one of 2 issues. Your pitch is too high under pressure, or your pace is too fast. Fix both by breathing lower and adding a half-step drop at the end of key sentences. I like this. We'll go there. That works for me. Men with resonant voices are not born that way. They learn to breathe and to end sentences on a period, not a question mark. Practice reading 10 lines from a book daily with that end drop. Within a week, the difference is obvious. Clothing and grooming belong here, not as vanity, but as signal clarity. Wear clothes that fit your body now, not in 6 months. Center your wardrobe on 3 colors that complement your skin tone. Own 1 pair of clean, minimal sneakers, 1 pair of leather boots, and a well-fitting jacket. Keep nails trimmed, skin hydrated, facial hair intentional, and hair clean. None of this is about trend chasing. It is about removing visual noise so your character can speak. Clean lines say you are organized. Care says you respect yourself. Respect is attractive. The 7th switch is warmth with attunement. Many men try to lead without warmth and read as controlling. Others show warmth without boundaries and read as soft. The combination is irresistible. You hold the frame, and you care. In social psychology, this is the warmth competence model. The highest trust and attraction accrue to those who score high in both. In practice, warmth is presence, appreciation, and calibration. Start with presence. When she speaks, do not multitask. Mirror her last few words briefly to show you caught the meaning, then ask a question that invites depth. What did you like about it? Or what did you take away from that? Not why questions that sound like interrogation. Use what and how. Add appreciation regularly but specifically. I like the way you explained that. Your perspective is sharp. You have an eye for detail. Specific praise lands. Generic praise feels like a tactic. Calibration is the art of responding to feedback, not pushing an agenda. If she gives brief answers and looks away, you slow down or change topics. If her energy rises, you match it and expand. If she volunteers personal information, you reciprocate proportionally. You do not overshare. If you notice tension, name it lightly and offer an exit. We can pause this. No pressure. Paradoxically, giving someone an exit pulls them closer because safety is attractive. Remember this line because it will serve you for years. I'm not in a hurry. I like getting it right. It communicates patience, respect, and confidence. Warmth with attunement also shows up in how you tease and play. Humor is a powerful attraction amplifier when it is clean. The rule is simple. Tease situations and behaviors, not identities. Keep it light and short. An eyebrow raise, a dry remark, a playful sigh. Then quickly return to sincere interest. The alternation of tease and warmth creates a pleasant tension. It says, I can challenge and cherish. That combination is rare and compelling. Now let's put all 7 switches into motion with concrete scripts and micro habits you can use today. You are going to build a 1-minute opener, a 5-minute flow, and a 30-minute arc that naturally expresses grounded confidence, standards, purpose, steadiness, competence, presence, and warmth. None of this relies on stories, and none of it requires you to be a clown. It is simple, clear, and masculine. For the opener, your job is to establish energy and direction without flooding the space. Use a 3-line structure. Line 1, a plain statement about the environment. Line 2, a clean observation or preference. Line 3, a short question that invites her view. Example 1, this place keeps the music low. I prefer that. What's your go-to spot when you want to actually talk? Example 2, they did the lighting right here. I noticed details. What kind of details do you care about? Example 3, they make a sharp cappuccino. I'm biased toward simple things done well. What's your simple standard? Notice there is no try-hard energy here. You're not performing. You're offering a small window into your standards and inviting hers. Your tone is calm and warm. Your eye contact is steady. Your body is still. You are already broadcasting the first 6 switches. In the 5-minute flow, you deepen with content and pacing. Use a loop of 3 moves: reveal, invite, escalate. Reveal means you share a slice of your world that implies purpose, not boastful details. I'm in the middle of a 30-day training streak. It keeps my head clear. Invite means you hand her the mic with a pointed question. What do you do to reset? Escalate means you offer a slightly more personal or playful prompt. I'm particular about mornings. What's one small ritual that would surprise me? Loop that pattern twice, and you will feel the energy rise. If it stalls, use competence to change context. Let's grab a quieter spot. Or walk with me for a minute. I want to check something. You are not seeking permission for every inch. You are leading with care. If she resists, you calibrate and stay put without sulking. This combination is what reads as attractive authority. Now the 30-minute arc. You are going to use time, not tricks. In the first 10 minutes, keep topics light but specific. Tastes, routines, recent wins, plans. In minutes 10 to 20, move into values and stories she tells about herself. Challenges she solved, skills she is proud of, what she is building. Match disclosure. Do not outshare or interrogate. In minutes 20 to 30, lean into vibe, slow your pace, let pauses stretch, and cut your words by a third. This is when nonverbal presence carries more weight than language. If you choose to set a future plan, do it here with a concrete, low-friction invitation. Wednesday at 7, there's a place with a courtyard. I'll send you a pin. Then switch topics. Do not negotiate the plan to death. If you collect her number, follow up with one line that reminds her of your standard and your purpose. Good talking with you. Wednesday at 7. I'm off to train early. She feels your life is moving whether or not she joins, and that is highly attractive. Let's get more granular with the 7 switches by building actionable micro-habits for each. For grounded confidence, implement the 20-second slow start. In the first 20 seconds of any approach or interaction, your only goals are pace and presence. 3 steps: plant your feet, exhale, and deliver one clear line. If you feel a rush of adrenaline, resist the urge to stack sentences. This is how you train your nervous system to associate attraction with calm, not with frenzied performance. Add a second habit: the end drop. Practice ending your first 3 sentences of the conversation with a slight downward tone. It anchors authority without aggression. For standards and boundaries, create your non-negotiable list and write it in your phone. Before you invite anyone out, read it. This primes your mind to lead. During planning, offer a plan and one alternative, then stop. Do not spiral into survey mode. After a flake, do not punish. You simply state your boundary. No stress. Next time, give me a heads up earlier. If she re-engages with energy, you reciprocate. If not, you leave it. This quiet enforcement is charisma in practice. For purpose and direction, guard a daily 2-hour block for your mission, even if you must break it into smaller segments. In conversation, speak about your purpose in verbs, not nouns. Not, I am an entrepreneur. Instead, I am building a product for designers and shipping weekly updates. Verbs are alive. Nouns are labels. Verbs attract because they show momentum.